plaintiff, Sophia Tucker, says she and the defendant were close friends, and they often confided in each other. Sophia claims the defendant even confessed that she had sex with men for money. And Sophia is suing her today for the cost of a car and a car rental. Defendant Deanna Horton insists she never sold her body. And she can't believe Sophia is even saying that, considering the fact that Sophia never has her kids. Deanna claims she and Sophia started drifting apart after Sophia started dating her new girlfriend. And she's countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Yana, 3 years ago, I met Deanna as a neighbor. We took in like sisters, shared everything, left my door open, treated them like a family. She tell me her problems, discuss everything, you know, about how she sleeps out with different guys just to get money. Just to get money.
Your Honor, she's
smoke
lying.
Weed, drink.
She's lying.
So
What would you say
smoke
to her when
weed.
she told you she was
Or you
selling
talking
her
about
body for
when
money?
you begged
Let
me
her
to buy a
finish,
Plan
ma'am.
B?
Ma'am, let her finish. Don't say another word, all right?
All right.
Okay. What would you say when she told you that?
Just talk to her, you know, as a big sister. Hey, Deanna, that's not the way to go. You know, like for instance,
What was your advice?
One of the times we did talk, we talked about her child that she had by a guy that she didn't know, that stayed 2 houses down from her boyfriend, and how he didn't want her to have the baby because he barely knew her.
Got that. What did you advise her to do as opposed to selling her body? You
To get
remember
a job,
she's in
I tried to help her get a job.
Okay. How did you try?
I got her an interview at a couple places that I was a manager, got an interview there.
Okay.
Got her an interview with now where I'm a manager at as well.
All right.
So I just tried to help play a big sister role.
And how did you all's relationship go from there?
It never been a bad relationship. It's just her priorities was bad.
All right, so this is the only thing you all have really fallen out about?
Yes.
All right, you want to give me some background?
Yeah, I do. Honestly, she's right. We met 3 years ago, clicked instantly, never sold my body. I'm a mother.
Girl,
first
you
and foremost.
always selling your body.
I never
Enough,
sold my
ma'am.
body, coming from someone who never has her kids. So anyways, October of 2015, when she started dating Monique, she instantly just became this,
Jealous.
I don't know, I can't explain it. It's not
Jealous.
jealousy.
Jealous.
It's nowhere
One more
near
time,
jealous.
I'll dismiss your case.
It's not jealous, but she just became this careless person.
Like
And
what?
Careless, for example, Thursday through Sunday, she'll be out with Monique. Her kids will be in the house alone, 10 and 8 at that. They'll be in the house alone while she's out partying. Yes, we looked out for each other. My door was open as well. And just like I came to her for stuff, she came to me for stuff. Like last year when she slept around with a bus driver and I bought her a Plan B. But anyways,
You what?
got her a Plan B.
What's that? A second person?
It's like
A different person?
A Plan B is like a day after pill.
Oh, okay.
The day after
All right.
pill. Speaking of my child and me and my child's father, that's none of her business. I know who my child father is.
Who is it? Let me hear from you about the lawsuit, man. Tell me about the contract you're suing for. Let's get
yeah,
to
go
that.
Okay, Yana.
You are, I see you ready to spend all day on this
Yeah, because I can go
nonsense.
all day.
I know that's
all
what you're
day.
trying to do.
Okay, Yana. I'm suing because June
17th.
June 2016, Deanna asked me if she can take my son to Petco.
I did not ask her.
Ma'am, I've told you to be
All
quiet.
right, I
Go
apologize.
She
ahead.
asked
June
me if
16,
she can drive
ask
my
if-
car to take my son to Petco.
Your son.
Yes, because I had something to do, and that's why I was on my way.
Bus driver pulled up.
Yeah, the bus driver pulled up.
Yeah, I mean, what she need to take your son for? You're supposed to be
Because I
getting
told-
free rides all over the city.
I know, I should be. Bus driver, will you come up with that story?
Did you come to her?
I did not come to her.
That doesn't make sense that
I did
she would
not.
come to you and say, let me take your child.
I told him no.
That's not.
And
You told who no?
my son.
to
okay.
get cricket.
That's how she got the car. She asked me, and I did tell her no initially because I told him
She's
no.
begging to take your son. Why
Yes.
do you think that is?
Just to want to drive my car.
Oh, to do something else with your car.
Yes.
All right, well,
And
then
my
say
witness
that.
is
Say
here.
she wanted to go somewhere else. There, she said it was for my son because you haven't told me that. All
right. And my witness is here, Monique.
So what did happen?
She can tell you 2 hours later after I let her use the car, even before she drove off.
You did let her?
Yes, I told her no. And And after I told her no,
that's two opposite things.
after I told her no, she begged me to please take her, and I ended up letting her take my son to
Okay, so
Petco.
you did let her take
Yes.
the car.
Yes.
Then what happened?
2 hours later, she called me hysterically, crying and yelling in the phone, and I'm calm down, I can't understand you. So once I talked to her, she finally said, I had an accident, come here, come here. Where's my son? Is he okay? Yes, he's okay, where are you? And I went to the scene.
Okay.
At that time, when we pulled up at the scene, Monique here took my car and drove off and took it home. She got into the car with me. Her and her friend that she picked up that was not in the equation when you supposed to took my son to Petco and right back home. So they got in the car with me. We ended up going home. After this, we made an agreement. Bring out someone to estimate the car. I was gonna take it to get estimated, but she had a mechanic into their family that was gonna give them the family discount. And he came out, looked at the car, said this car is over $8,000 in damages, and the frame is bent, you're gonna need a new one. She don't have $8,000. So I took in consideration, being that this is my sister and I'm always helping you out.
And I'm always
she don't
helping
have
you out.
$8,000. You don't have $8,000.
You don't
period.
either.
So the agreement is, Deanna, can you pay me $3,000? Girl, yeah, I'll pay you $3,000. That's nothing. That's
I didn't
nothing.
even say it like
What
that.
has
Deanna,
happened since
I
that
have my
time?
statements here.
All right.
I have evidence.
Let me have them. And she has not
But
paid.
you don't have me saying it like
And
that.
she has not paid.
No, she has not
All right,
paid
very
anything.
good.
She tell me her problems, discuss everything, you know, about how she sleeps out with different guys just to get
I sleep
money.
out?
Just to get money.
Your Honor, she's
smoke
lying.
weed,
She's
drink.
lying.
Defendant Deanna Horton is being sued by her former friend, who claims Deanna confessed that she had sex with men for money.
How long did you keep the rental car?
I
Or
kept
you
the
talking
rental
about
car
Leslie's
for a week.
Okay, let me hear from you.
The day that the incident occurred, I did not ask to see her car. I don't have a license.
Begged me.
She don't have insurance. Her son, the original agreement was for me to drive her car to the beauty supply to get, I think some dye or something for my sister. After that, she say, sis, can you please go to Petco to get baby some crickets for his Geico? Those are exact words. Right before I got into the car, she say, sis, don't forget, I don't have insurance, so whatever happens, you're liable. I took that in consideration. Cool. I've been driving since I was 16. That's no biggie. We get there, come back, the accident happened. I didn't just run into the wall. I know what I'm doing. I called her. When the police was there, she made instead of me filing a police report, she made her girlfriend drive off with the car and told me to get in the car so the police wouldn't question me. Because at that time I was freaking out. That's my first accident. So after that, we in the back of the house, because she was still living next door to me at the moment, and she says $3,000. Okay, cool. She's like,
You
sis.
did agree?
I agreed. She says, sis, when you think you will have it? I said August 1st. Then after I checked the calendar, I said, sis, give me to the 3rd because I don't get paid.
3rd
until
of
that
August?
Your mama got paid.
I don't get paid until the 3rd.
Of
At
August?
Of August. At that time, my mom and them said they will try to help. Then I told Dominique, I said, don't ask my mama for nothing because they are not helping me. Then she breached the contract with me and went behind
What contract is that?
the $3,000
How did she breach that?
because she went behind my back anyways and asked my mama.
You didn't say you all made that agreement when you told her you would pay her $3,000. You didn't say that that was a condition of the agreement. This is something you throwing in after you already owe her.
No, I owe her $3,000. She say, sis, just give me $3,000.
I know.
I say, cool.
So that's what you have to do.
And she did.
Now because
And
she
she
talked
did.
to your
I
mother, you're
did
finding
that.
a reason not
No,
to pay
that's
her.
not it.
What's your counterclaim for, ma'am?
My counterclaim, I don't want to give her anything. It's just the
That's
fact
called
that
counterclaim. What do you want? What did she do to you?
after I told her, don't go to my mother, she went to my mother anyway and had my mother agree.
What was the result?
My mother agreed to paying her
She
money.
put you out?
No.
All right, so how did
But
it
my
hurt
mother
you?
agreed to give her all of
On
the
behalf
money.
of you, because you owed her. Your claim is dismissed.
So
you
why?
owed her. Have a good day. Judging for the plaintiff, your claim is dismissed.
All right.
Thank you.
Not too much. You're weak. I look like who? And you're living on
Was there for
Don't
the whole year.
play with me. I have my medical records.
Girl, where's your money?
When
You ain't look at Look at your hair.
Look at my hair. I look good.
Look at your hair. Girl,
I look good. I look good. I
You stay with your mama. All family
my money.
One bedroom apartment. In an Airbnb.
I don't want no air bed.
Who still sleep in the bed with their mama at 21
Plaintiff Trinity Mullins started dating the defendant soon after his son's mother was murdered. Trinity claims she and the defendant started having problems due to the defendant's drug use, and he's been questioning paternity of their daughter. She's suing for 2 loans and petitioned the court for a DNA test. Defendant Cantrell Warren insists he is not a drug user, and his problems with Trinity stem from the fact that she constantly accused him of cheating. Cantrell admits that he questions paternity of Trinity's daughter, but says it's because he suspects she was cheating.
Let's start with you.
Me and Cantrell met in 2013. I was on vacation in Baton Rouge where he lived. The same year we met, his son's mother got killed in January. We met in July. Their child was 3 or 4 months old. 2 weeks after I met him, me and him decided together I was gonna leave where I came from and move up here or up there and take care of his son every day while he went to work.
For how long?
I still do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's been for
3
3 years then?
Yes, sir. He'll be 4 next month.
What has it been like those 3 years?
It's been rewarding but hard. It's hard because drug use. He has a history of drug use.
That's a lie. How long you use drugs?
No, it's not. Don't lie. No, it's not.
What type of drug?
His family told me cocaine, but he denies that.
Crack?
No.
But he denies it, and I've never seen him do it.
What does family say? Powder or crack?
Powder. But I've never witnessed him use it.
Do I look like a crackhead?
When you met him, was he this slim?
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
always been skinny.
Damn, you been getting high a long time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't believe that. Let me hear from you. Give me some background, sir.
Like she said, we started off 2013. She was nice, kind, sweet, and gentle. A couple months down the line, her grandmother died, and she's become very angry and bitter ever since.
Your grandmother or hers?
Her grandmother.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
And what type of things that have occurred since that time? That's throughout the entire relationship, sounds like.
A lot of arguments.
About what?
Just me and her. She thinks I'm always cheating outside, doing other things that don't.
She ever accused you of getting high?
No, not all the time.
No, we mean not all the time. I said ever.
No, not far as any drugs, but maybe like alcohol.
Getting high, that is drugs. Okay, you're referring to drinking. She
Yes, sir, I'm
accuses you of
referring to
drinking?
alcohol use.
You have alcohol problem?
Yes.
Not really, but you know.
All right, that sounds like you do, but don't want to totally admit it. So what else you all fall out about over the years, those 3 years?
She always thinks I'm constantly cheating on her, you know. For us, you know, when I go to out to work, I was at work recently. I brought her to work with me. I had a little friend that I know from work. We always talking, kicking, and playing at work, and you know, stuff of that nature. She got into it with her.
She's 18.
Exactly. Why would I have?
And she gave me an attitude because I was standing beside you.
This is not the first time she's done this before.
Accused you of cheating?
Yeah, I was at school with a friend girl I know way back from way in the game.
You're in school, what?
I was going to Virginia College for business associate.
Good.
I brought her to work with me. I had a little friend that I know from work. We always talking, kicking, and playing at work, and you know, stuff of that nature. She got into it with her.
She's 18.
Exactly. Why would I have?
She gave me an attitude because I was standing beside you.
Plaintiff Trinity Mullen dated the defendant, and she petitioned the court for a DNA test because the defendant questions paternity of their child.
So, ma'am, he says it's you accusing him of cheating.
He is a cheater.
All right. And I'm confused, though, about why you want a DNA test.
Because when my baby was born, she come out really, really light. She was paler than me. And she
But you know whether...
I know. But he ripped her birth certificate up.
I'm totally confused.
She knows she did.
Are you confused?
No, I'm not confused.
Well, then why are you suing him for a
he's a
DNA?
little
He
bit
should be the
confused.
one saying, y'all don't want a DNA test. I don't know whether this baby is mine or not. The baby come out light-skinned, and I'm as black as your robe. So, Judge, what the devil is going on? So, Judge, I want to know what's going on. You know, we can say that to each other. You know that, right?
I do question it.
All right, if that's your deal, that's fine. How does he owe you for the loans? We'll get to the DNA, and I'll let him respond to the DNA. But how does he owe you for loans?
In January of this year, we bought a car, and we was coming home and got pulled over. When we got pulled over, they ran his name. He went to jail. He had 10 warrants. 8
For what?
8 for traffic tickets. I think they was driving with suspended, and 2 for possession of marijuana.
Okay.
He went to jail that day. He got sentenced to 30 days, but he only had to do half the time, and I had to pay 2 tickets as a bond. So in order for him to even get out after his release date, I had to pay $1,200 cash.
And he hasn't paid you back yet?
No, not a dollar.
Right. All right, sir. Do you have a question about the paternity?
Yes, sir.
And why?
Because I have messages here where she be messaging.
All right, we'll get to that. But with regard to going to jail, you know, you seem like such a good guy, and I'm not easily conned. I'm going to give a little background on folks going to jail for these traffic tickets. This happened to me while I was in undergrad and in law school. And when I went for my law license, not only did they bring up my history as a street kid, because that was 17 years earlier, but they made a big issue, and I guess they should have, about me having several tickets resulting in a bench warrant for not paying them. And it was totally economic, totally an economic issue. People are losing their jobs. When they lose their jobs, then they got to turn to the streets. So it's a vicious cycle that should be changed. I'll give you a little sympathy on that. And the weed, I knew you was doing something. You kid. So, tell me about the cheating that causes you to suspect. Go ahead.
Messages where she's been in other guys' inboxing them, and
Let's see. Ma'am, he's gonna show me evidence of you cheating. He says, I'll read it, but sometimes folks show me evidence and it's not what it says.
Yes.
You're saying to him, you off? He says, yeah, I'm off work. Then he questions you. Where you at? You say, I'm filling my medicine. He says, you coming to see me?
And I said yes.
You said, I'm planning on it. Ma'am?
Okay, first of all, that was 420. I was sitting right next to him while he was celebrating 420. So where do I go?
I don't know what that means. I'm just asking you,
that's
who is this?
National Weed Day.
Huh?
National Weed Day.
National Weed Day. He knew immediately. All right. So you were standing next to him, but did he know you were doing this?
But I wanted the dude to leave me alone. So I told him I was
That's not
coming to
true,
see
ma'am. You said you were coming to see him. That's
I know
not how
that.
you stop somebody
So
from messaging
when
you.
I told-
Let me stop
Exactly.
you before you insult me, ma'am. Insult my intelligence. Go get the results, please. And you haven't paid the loans. Why, sir?
Because I was supposed to repay it with my school check. The financial aid messed it up, and didn't.
When was
receive
the
it.
deadline?
A week after he got out.
Have you gotten it yet?
No,
Your
sir.
financial aid? Why?
Because I had actually quit school, I started working again. Then
Why couldn't you go to school at night?
I really didn't have a choice at that moment.
Why?
Because I had to come home, watch my kids, and bathe them, get them.
She couldn't? I thought she was
I
living
feel
with
she
you.
can, but I normally do it on a regular basis.
Well, I know, but when you go into school at night, you can't. You ask her. You've been having to keep the child for 3 years. I'm confused, though, about why you want a DNA test.
Because when my baby was born, she come out really, really light. She was paler than me. And she
But you know whether...
I know. But he ripped the birth certificate up.
Plaintiff Trinity Mullen dated the defendant, and she petitioned the court for a DNA test because the defendant questions paternity of their child.
Stop smoking weed and drinking and focus more on getting your education at night and working during the day, all right? And I'll tell you what we're going to do with you. I'm going to have my staff get you to re-enroll in school, help you fill out all your financial aid papers so that you can go to school at night and you can work during the day.
Yes.
And you won't have too much time to get drunk.
Yes, sir.
All right? So, you gonna do that?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I also want you to know that you're gonna have to keep working real hard because the child is yours. Kentrell is the father, all right?
Yes, sir.
You happy? Good. All right. Have a good day. And your judgment is granted for the loan. He admits that he owes. See, he didn't lie about that. I like you. I just like him. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I hope you get help, and at least you're gonna pay my money.
Well, thankfully, for you, my daughter is mine.
No, thankfully for you. I told you she was yours the whole time.
Plaintiff September Wallace says the defendant has been doing her hair since she was a child. But September stopped going to her because she drank and smoked on the job. September claims she had to go to the defendant to get her hair braided for a Rihanna concert. But she's suing because the defendant gave her second-degree burns. Defendant Elena Scott admits that September sees another hairdresser for chemical services, but says she comes to Elena once a year for braids. Elena admits that she observed 2 small burns on September's back after doing her hair, but she claims she made up for it by doing her hair for free.
Start with you.
Okay, Your Honor. So I knew Elena since I was about 6, 7 years old from braiding my hair. And over time, she just became unprofessional. She has never been on time for appointments, smoking, drinking. She even physically fought at the
And
appointment.
you didn't like any of these things?
No.
How old were you when she started that?
6 or 7.
She started out like that.
Yes.
Why'd you stay with her?
My mother, she paid for it until it was my turn. I went elsewhere.
Okay, got it. All right, so I guess what you're suing for today happened before you went elsewhere.
No.
So you went elsewhere with the exception of this time.
Yes, it was an emergency appointment due to my current hairdresser being out of town for Rihanna concert.
For what?
Rihanna concert.
Okay. All right.
emergency.
Gotta look good for Rihanna. You're right. And let me get some background from you before we go into the specifics of the burn.
Yeah, I have been doing her hair since she was, a little girl, basically. I do braids. Whenever she gets a braiding service, she usually calls me to get her hair done. I will probably, within the last, I'll say 5 years, she probably come maybe once a year.
What she describes is that, some folks would categorize and use the word, you were ratchet. She say you smoke, you drank, you curse, you fought, all on the job while attending to your clients. Did you do that?
No, Your Honor, not at all.
She'd be out of business, and she doesn't come across as ratchet. Stop saying that. And what are you suing for regarding the second-degree burns? What happened?
Pain and suffering. The situation that happened, I came to her in March, and I got fishing braids that's cornrows that goes all the way down my back, and it's more natural look. You can't see the weave in the front. And to make them crinkly and to seal the ends, you put them in boiling hot water. She uses like a
You dip your head in the hot water?
No, just the ends of the braids.
All right, but that's probably a procedure that all women have to go through to get their hair braided.
Well, no, it's different types of hair. It's synthetic hair, it's a Kanekalon hair, and that hair that she had is like flame resistant, so you dip it to seal the hair.
Meaning if it's not flame resistant, if you,
I was doing that
let me
also while I was
understand.
doing her
Hold
hair.
on, I'm trying to get understanding, that's all. You smoking a cigarette.
Plaintiff September Wallace is suing her former hairdresser because she claims while braiding her hair, she gave September second-degree burns on her back.
Anyhow, all right, so what happened? You dipped your head in boiling water, and what occurred?
So as she's taking the braids from the pot, and they fall automatically to my back, which is right here. And I felt it. I'm like, my reaction is like, it's hot. And It went away. It went away, but it started to itch. So as I'm itching it, my skin just starts to fall off.
But hold on. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm still trying to get an understanding. No, because if you suffered pain, I don't want to make fun of that, but I'm really trying to get an understanding. She takes it out of the boiling water.
Yeah, she uses
And she doesn't use a towel, perhaps, to hold it before it gets to your body?
No, she uses a hand wash towel, so it doesn't cover my back, and I'm a big girl, so it doesn't cover nothing really, just my neck.
She grabs it out of the boiling water with her hands.
No, she took the pot down. It's like a collard green pot. She uses. Like a pot with two handles and she dragged them down.
Drags it down.
Takes the pot like this so the braids just automatically fall. Then she takes the towel from around my neck after they done hit my back and dries them off like this.
But they've hit your back first.
Yes.
So don't you expect it to burn?
Yes, but I didn't expect it to burn my back.
That much?
I felt the hot pressure, but not
I'm just gonna
burn
leave
through my
it
shirt.
alone.
And I have a picture of the burns.
Let me see them. Ma'am, what happened here? And is this the procedure?
Well, yeah, somewhat, but she's draped. She's draped with the cape in a towel.
Oh, okay. She has a cape on the back.
And when
I missed that part.
When I dip her hair, I use my hands and I take another towel and I drain the water.
All right, so it never flops back on her back.
Eventually it does, but
but not immediately after taking it out of boiling hot water.
Correct, because then it sits in the towel for a second so that it won't drip all over.
That's the part you're missing, ma'am. And what happened here with her?
After that, she left. She called me back and was like, I think you burned my back. So I'm like, well, come back. So she came right back, and when it was like two little, I think maybe look the size of a cigarette burn size. It was like two little, but you could tell like she scratched it because it had a film over it already. So I took some ointment. I put ointment on it. She left. A week later, she called me back and she's like, oh, I went to the doctors. They said it was a 2nd-degree burn, but you don't have to worry about me suing you because I have health insurance. And that's probably like another week goes by. She calls me back and she was like, so I'm thinking, maybe, we can do something like maybe you can give me 5 free hairdos, to compensate for, the burn. So I'm like, well, we'll work on it. Some months go by, she asked me about getting a sew-in. So I agreed to give her a sew-in. She came in, she had this contract that said, I give her 5 free hairdos and and plus this sew-in. And I'm like, no, you're gonna get this sew-in or nothing at all. I'm not signing this contract. Either you're gonna get this sew-in or that's that, or not. Did she do it? And she sat and I did her sew-in without charging her anything.
Ma'am, was that the agreement?
No. So when actually it first happened, she put Neosporin on it. And I left, we agreed verbally right there. I said, Layton, this is a free hairdo, 2 days later, I went to the doctors.
You paid on top of that.
And I paid her too, right there for that hairstyle.
So 2 days later,
I went to the doctors, which stated that I have 2 2nd-degree burns on my back. I text her on the same day I went to the doctors. I texted her and said, girl, it's a 2nd-degree burn. I got to go to the burn center. So she didn't respond at all that day. On April 1st, I texted her again. I said, hey, Lena, I want to come and meet with you to talk about this, to compensate me. So April 1st, I texted her. That following Monday, I met with her. I came up with the contract stating that I give 15 free hairstyles.
So did she agree to that?
Yeah, she verbally agreed right then and there.
All right, so what happened to that agreement?
So when I came back in May, I came for my first free hairstyle because I was going to Atlantic City. I brought the contract. And I said, here, Lena, here's the contract. I said, look it over. I said, I'm still willing to negotiate if you have a problem what's written on this paper. So she said, I'm not signing nothing. I'm not signing nothing. If you don't want to get your hair done, if you don't want to take this free hairstyle and get your hair done, you can go somewhere else and get your hair done.
Why do you think she changed?
I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of business that you're losing for free hairstyles. I don't know.
But she knew that before she made the agreement.
Yeah. I have no clue what changed. I don't know if she went to talk to somebody, if she disagreed with it later on. I don't know what influenced her change after all.
Plaintiff September Wallace is suing her former hairdresser because she claims while braiding her hair, she gave September 2nd-degree burns on her back.
All right, and your claim is for pain and suffering.
Yes.
So why don't you think you should pay her $1,500 for this type of pain and suffering, man?
Because we made an agreement. She came back. She wanted to get compensated for a hairdo. Okay. I gave her a free hairdo. I don't know where this 15
So
comes
you think the one hairdo is enough compensation for this?
Well, that picture right there makes it look really bad. Yeah, but it's
Not the right picture?
I'm sure if she lifts her if she shows her shirt, it doesn't look like that anymore. And it's not even that big. But no, I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. You don't
I don't
believe
even
this
know
is
if I
the-
burned her. She didn't flinch or anything when I did that.
No,
you know,
you've been admitting that you did.
No, I felt bad.
$1,500 is your judgment.
Okay.
Now she's trying to deny whether it even happened.
I didn't
Have
say
a
it
good
didn't
day.
happen.
We had a contract. She didn't go buy it. So
We
we're
didn't
here
have,
where we're here.
There was never no contract, but it's perfectly fine. She can go elsewhere and get her hair done. No
I
problem.
do.